Hi everyone and welcome back. Now today we're going to talk about rehabilitation because at some point you are going to be sore. When you start working out, you're going to be sore. Perfect example, I did a workout yesterday and my legs are really sore. So what I've got here is a bunch of tools that I'm going to talk to you about that are readily available for you to use whenever you like. I'm going to demonstrate some of them in a second, but I just wanted to walk through a few of them for you. This one is what we call a spiky ball. This one's a soft one. You can get hard ones as well, but that one is quite handy, and I'll show you where we're going to use that in a second. This one's a lacrosse ball, which is like a bouncy rubber ball, a little bit harder, which we use for some trigger point therapy. You'll see that there's a whole range of different things. Go to a market or something like that, and you'll find all kinds of different massage tools. These ones as well, just different ones. This is a smooth one, this is a spiky one. For me, while I'm rehabilitating my shoulder, I use this resistance band. So there's plenty of different colours and flavours around. This is the one that I use. That one's really good. And this mother here is a massive vibrating massager, which is really, this is a good one. She said it's got a bent handle so you can do it on yourself. Where that is a really good one to just help massage and free up some tension. And then we've got a range of different creams. Now, when it comes to rehabilitating and helping get rid of some soft tissue injuries, heat is often good. And so these are a couple of different sorts. This is deep heat, this one's a Denka rub. In your country, you'll have something that's similar to this. These ones, this is a Nurofen gel which helps reduce inflammation. These two are just heat. This one's inflammation. This one's inflammation. This one helps with bruising and so forth as well. This is it's called a Rehabilitate cream. These ones are quite expensive. These ones are not. So all of those are just little tools that I have in my chest of drawer to help recover myself. Some other simple tools. This is another one. Your foam roller. These come in half lengths. This is a full length one. They come in spiky versions as well. Really good. I'm going to show you some exercise that we can do with that in a second. But there's some other simple things that you can also do. I also say drink plenty of water each day. Walk around as much as you can because that'll help get the blood circulating to those sore parts of your bodies. Most people are going to pull up sore through their legs mostly. Sometimes abs, and through the upper body, but usually it's the legs. So walking, I love a nice hot bath as well, which just helps unwind, soothe the muscles, put a bit of Epsom salts or something like that into the water and it really makes you feel good. So we're going to demonstrate how to use some of these so you get a bit of an idea. So over to there. Alrighty, so I've got the spiky ball and the lacrosse ball here. I'm just going to show you what the difference is and how we would use them. So with the spiky ball, we're going to put it into the back here like this, for instance, and say there's a bit of a sore spot in the shoulder. So you can put it here and you can kind of roll it around like that. Now what we would do is, these are really used for self-therapy. So you can either put this against the wall, like lean against the door, like my hand is the wall or the door, and you roll it around like this, or you can do it on the floor, which we'll demonstrate in a second. But I just wanted to show you, this is the kind of the spot. So you find the spot and then you roll it around like this, so you move your body backwards and forwards. You can use it down lower as well. You can use it basically anywhere on your body, but the idea of this is the spikes is to stimulate the blood flow. The difference with your lacrosse ball is it's smaller and it's harder. So we use this for what we call trigger point therapy. So the idea here is that you would find, where that sore spot is. And let's just say it's there, and you would hold it on that sore spot for about 5 seconds or so until you start to find that the pain starts to reduce. And then what you would do is you just kind of just roll it around a little bit like that. Then you just find a new spot, do the same thing, and then just roll it around for a bit after you've left it there and the pain starts to dissipate. So that's how we use the two balls. All right, so now we're going to demonstrate how you'd use these massage rollers. So obviously this one is smooth. Well, it's got some little indentations in here, but there's a big difference to this one. This one's spiky. So I'm just going to get Elizabeth here to show you how she would use it on her thigh. We'll use it on the front to start with, so just roll that up and down like that. Now what's great about this is you can determine the angle and you can determine the pressure, because some people like it really hard and firm, other people need it to be gentle. Let's just do behind the back of the leg. This is how easy it is to do. You can do this standing up, you can do it sitting down, you can do the calf muscles as well. And let's just change to the spiky one, and this will work you so much differently. Like the spikes in it just, they just get in differently to what the smooth one does. But you've got the idea. These are really easily available from eBay, Amazon, anywhere like that. They're not that expensive. I think these are about $10 to $15 each. But I find they're really useful, really helpful for getting out the soreness in the lower parts of the body. All right, so now I'm going to demonstrate to you what the spiky ball looks like when we're actually using it on the floor. So what I'm going to get Elizabeth to do is lie down and put the ball about here. So just lie down and I'll put the ball underneath. Does that feel about right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so then what Elizabeth is going to do is just move around so that she can get more pressure. So what's good about this is she can determine the pressure. So at the moment she's got her hips down and she can just move around like that. But if she wants to increase the intensity, just go up into a bridge. So take your hips off the ground. And that just really intensifies the amount of pressure that's going on through the ball. Oh. So this time what we've got is the good old lacrosse ball, much harder, and it gets, we use this for trigger point therapy, it gets in there really hard. So just go down again, find that same spot, and find where it's the most painful. Yeah, and so what we do, she's found that spot, and now we just get her to hold it for about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just roll around in kind of a circle backwards and forwards. And that's it. We do that for about 5-10 seconds. Now I want you to find a new spot where it's maybe just next to it that's sore. Yep. And then just hold that again. And then we just repeat that cycle. And that can be a lot more intense than just using your spiky ball. Done. So now we're going to do some stretches on the foam roller here. So these can be really quite intense. What I'm going to show you is a few different things that we can do to help make it easier or harder for you. So you can see right now that Elizabeth has her feet on the ground. Now if she wants to make this more intense, she would take her feet off the ground and we would start rolling backwards and forwards. If that's too much pressure for you, we need to ease it. So just bend this leg and pop your foot on the ground. So then what you can do is you can take some weight through the leg here to take off some of the pressure, because what's going to happen is as Elizabeth goes backwards and forwards here, it becomes quite intense through your hip flexor down here. Everybody is sore through this. So what Elizabeth's doing here right now, I'm going to get her to do about 12 passes up and down through this part of her hip. And this can be painful, but this will be the least painful out of what we're going to do. But it's really good. So you want to do about 12 passes on each one. Let's just say that that's 12 now. Now I want you to come down a little bit lower. So now work from here down to here. So now we just work it a little bit more. So just from here, yeah, and just to about here. Just to there, yeah. And then go back up to here, yeah. And you can see this is taking a little bit more off now because it might be hurting a little bit more. And again, another 12 passes there. Then we're going to do the most painful part. So just lift up. So go down. All right, so this is the most painful from here to about mid-thigh. And again, you'll probably have to take more weight. If you can see Elizabeth's face, she's grimacing because this is quite painful down towards the kneecap. It's where we hold a lot of tension. So it's a really good stretch. So what we would do is we would do basically 12, 12 and 12. And let's just say that we've done that. And then what I would do is I would do a full length. So about 5 or 6 going the full length and up and all the way back down. All right, so now we're going to do another stretch. So just bend your legs up for me. So I want you to start moving. So what we're going to do is go all the way down towards the knees, and then we're going to go up as close as you can get towards the groin. Okay, that can be painful up there, really tight normally, and just back down to there. This isn't anywhere near as intense as the one on your hip flexor, but it's a really good one. Again, how many reps? With the foam roller, I'll give you the easy tip. Stick with 12. So up and down is 1, okay? So we do this about 12 times. So here's another one we can do for the lower back. So I'm just gonna get Elizabeth to just roll backwards and forwards slightly on the lower back. And this can help really relieve some tension through the lower back. And then what we can do, just stop for a second. I'll just roll it up a little bit further. And you can just move it up and find that part of your back that is maybe a little bit sorer. And to make it more intense, you can just lie flatter. Put more weight across it. And it just gets in there a little bit deeper. Final one. So you can see Elizabeth is lying across or up and down the foam roller here. And this one really opens up the shoulder blades. It's a really good stretch for your chest as well. So I'm just going to get Elizabeth to put her arms across her chest. And you can just hold that and just feel that release. But then you can also just do a little bit of a roll from side to side. And you'll work out what you can do as to whether you're going to roll off or not. You don't want to roll off. And it's just a nice between your shoulder blades to work the shoulders, and it can really work your back as well. So my final word on rehabilitation is this. You need to listen to your body. You need to listen to where you're feeling the aches and pains. Well, I've given you some really simple, cost-effective tips here to help you really help manage the pain. But if things get really bad, then it's time to go to that next level. So we have, in first aid, we talk about RISA, which used to be RICE, now it's RISA, but basically rest. You've got to rest the injured part. You've got to ice it, a compression bandage, elevate the limb, and then refer if it's not getting better in the next couple of days, because the last thing we want you to do is to injure yourself and leave that injury untreated. So really important to listen to the signs. I use ice from time to time. Doesn't mean I need to go to the doctor, but if I've just worked things a little bit too hard, I need to bring down an inflammation, then that's what I'll do. Other times I'll jump in the bath and have a nice hot bath to just release all that tension, and I feel better the next day. So listen to these tips, implement them, and you'll have fun along the way to transforming yourself. Until next time.